nerdityfact.com, where movie and video game reviews punch you in the fucking balls.
Alright, hello everyone. This is Rich, and I am back with Mr. Rich Yammers on about... What were we talking about?
Jonah Hex.
Jonah Hex! Jonah Hex starring Josh Brolin, Megan Fox,
Gay.
John Malkovich. I think the guy's name is Will Arnett, the guy who was on Arrested Development. He was in there for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, that was him.
And one time he mentioned magic. I was thinking of that one line he always does on Arrested Development. It's like, I do magic, not tricks. Tricks are for prostitutes on the corner. Anyway, continue on. So it was alright.
It was different.
It was alright. Like, as far as, like, I guess a comic book adapted movie, which I forgot that it was.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a comic book.
If I had to best summarize it, it's like if you mix Constantine with the Wild Wild West movie. Except you don't have a giant spider at the end. It's this giant submarine that throws Dragon Ball Z orbs that explode. Yeah. But the movie, I think, was pretty decent as far as, like, Josh Brolin's Jonah Hex character going around, like, kicking ass.
His face creeped me out.
Yeah, his face is pretty good. The makeup effects were awesome for his face.
It's gross.
It was pretty awesome, though.
I guess.
And then, like, he would touch people, and they would come back alive for a couple minutes.
Yeah, that was cool.
But as they're, like, being alive, they're, getting burned up, like, from the inside out, and, like, you have to put dirt on them to make them not feel burned.
What I don't get, right, like, oh, never mind. I'm not gonna ask the question. I realized why he couldn't do it now.
What?
I was gonna be like, well, why didn't he ever go and touch his son and his wife, and then I remember they got burned. They got burned up.
Yeah, never mind. I mean, I'm sure there's something left, but...
not enough to bring him back.
And there was also a quick appearance by John Malkovich's son in the movie. The guy who played Jeb was, I forget the guy's name, but he played the comedian in Watchmen.
Oh, that was the same guy?
That was the same guy. I'm like 99% sure that was the comedian.
Okay.
But all in all, it was a good movie. It was an alright summer movie if you had nothing to do that day, and if it was maybe at the
effects in it and stuff.
Yeah, it was good effects, but I mean, it definitely wouldn't be something I'd go and buy. It definitely wouldn't be something I would maybe watch it again if it was on like HBO or something.
I wouldn't. But it was cool for what it was.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like classic revenge.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those movies probably I would wait to the dollar theater to probably see if I knew what it was more about. I'd probably wait to the dollar theater to see it if you have one by you, mind you.
It had a lot to do with politics.
Yeah, it did.
And I didn't realize it was going to be so much about politics.
Well, it was set like in the time of like the Civil War.
Yeah.
And like a little after the Civil War when America was building up again and stuff.
But like that dude, like the Confederate guy, his whole thing was, ew, I don't want to be in America, so let's blow that motherfucker up.
That's where Wild Wild West comes in. All you need is what was the guy?
I've never seen that movie, hon.
Well,
I don't watch those kind of movies.
You need that guy who had no legs to help him create like other items.
There's a guy with no legs.
Yeah, there's a guy with I forget the guy's name, but it was a guy who actually had this like mechanical thing in Wild Wild West as his legs because they got blown off in the Civil War.
Well, I think I can count on one hand how many Will Smith movies I've seen.
Yeah, pretty much I can too, but it's okay. You know what you haven't seen though is any DJ Jazzy Jeff movies, and no one has seen those, but I'm pretty sure they don't exist.
I would hope they don't.
Yep. But as I said, like if I had to rate this, like A being the best, like A being like the awesomest movie, and like F being like Transformers 2 with Megan Fox, because you love that movie. What would you rate this under?
Can you please let the people know that the other giggling that you hear is my sister in the back who said she didn't want to talk? I would give it a C minus.
C minus?
Yes.
C minus.
Losers.
I would probably give it a C plus. C+.
Just because Megan Fox was in it?
No, because it was really good makeup effects, and Josh Brolin actually did a decent job in this film,
yeah,
considering, and John Malkovich is always being super creepy, villainous, you know, as he always is.
I mean, that's all he really can play, though.
Yeah, or Steven Kubrick, or not Steven Kubrick. What's the Kubrick guy? You don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. You're looking at me expectantly, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know, and I'm sorry.
I forget the guy's name.
Okay.
From the director, first name.
Who?
He directed like The Shining and 2001.
The 2001 Shining?
No, the 2001 The Space Odyssey. I forget his first name.
Oh yeah, I clamored to see that one.
You should. It's actually a really good movie.
I'm sure.
And A Clockwork Orange. Stanley Kubrick, that's his name. Stanley. That's Steven. Anyways, if I had to rate it, it'd probably be a C+, just because Josh Brolin's really awesome and the makeup effects are awesome. Let me just say, if you like Constantine, and if you like certain elements of the Wild Wild West, then I would see it, because you're kind of seeing Constantine without, you know, my girlfriend's favorite actor, Keanu Reeves, in it.
He's annoying.
I know.
Somebody should shoot him in the face.
Oh, thunder. Better get out of here before the banditos get us. Oh, did you want to did you want to say something about the Native Americans in this movie?
They kicked ass, just proving that Native Americans are the best race ever. Yeah.
And they could bring people back to life?
Apparently. And make crows come out of your throat and shit. We're awesome.
Yeah.
We rule.
I guess if you have a frog in your throat, they could help you with that too.
Uh-huh. Whatever. Native Americans rule.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does that bring it up a notch at all?
It depends. I have to look up and make sure all those people were actual Native Americans in this movie.
Oh, okay. So
because they could have just been some fucking Hispanics like in the Twilight movie.
You love Taylor, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Just
for clarification, I have nothing against Hispanics. I just have something against Hispanics who play Indians.
Yes. Like, what's the other movie that you said they were all crazy in?
Well, fucking...
Dances with Wolves?
No, they're real.
The Last
of the Mohicans. Damn near half of them.
Last of the Mexicans.
Racism at its best.
Oh, yes. Oh. Anyways,
some viewers.
Yeah, I know, this is going to be great.
We're not racist. I'm colorblind.
Yeah, it's true. Because she was watching The IT Crowd. This is great for this review, I just want to say again. She was watching The IT Crowd, and if you ever seen The IT Crowd, you know Moss is like, what is he? He's Nigerian, right?
Yeah.
Nigerian. And like, we were watching another show with it on there, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, and they're like, why did they put him in blackface? And I'm like, he's not in blackface. He's like, no, he's black. And he's like, no, he's not. And I had to go show her a picture of him like in normal life as him being African American. And
to be fair, I was watching it on a really small TV, and he seemed white.
Yeah.
I don't see color.
Apparently,
I was raised not to see color.
She was blinded. She was, what do they call it? Was it mind?
I was brainwashed.
Brainwashed into seeing no color.
Everybody's
awesome.
Just gray to me.
Yeah, apparently.
Hey, my sister didn't know he was black either.
He's nice and tan.
He didn't look tan. I swear he didn't look tan to me.
Anyways, see Jonah Hex at the Dollar Theater if you want. If anything, I would wait till it comes out on DVD and rent it.
Yeah, don't pay $7 to see this movie.
Yeah. I mean, go rent it if you have Netflix or whatever, or see it at the Dollar Theater. Definitely not worth your monies. Definitely not more worth than $2-3.
But if you're not into westerns and things about politics, then don't see it.
Or if you didn't like Constantine, or really any westerns in general, because a lot of westerny themes in this.
It's just not.
But it definitely has that like aspect of from like Wild West, where it has like technology that could have been used in that time, but no one thought of it.
Yeah.
Like automatic rifles and shit like that.
And that rifle that shot the dynamite, that was
that was really cool. It was like this gun who had like dynamite cartridge, and when he had like this little and it would turn up, and it was really cool. Shoot dynamite. Anyways, see it if you want.
Trailers.
But oh yeah, trailers. Wrap it up.
Can't miss the trailers.
Trailers or Tron Legacy, your Wentworth Miller movie, Resident Evil Afterlife. Which I will probably see that.
Not probably. You're gonna. If I
Okay.
just saw a Megan Fox movie, you're gonna see Wentworth Miller. Damn it.
Okay, Wentworth Miller. And what was the third one?
I don't know. Was there a third one?
Yeah, it was the third one that we mentioned. Unknown person in the back. Do you remember it?
What was it? Whisper it, I guess. I don't know. What was it? We don't know.
We don't know.
It's
But it was all three were good. I remember that. All right. So as I said, see it if you want, but don't go paying more than $7 or whatever. All right. I give it a C-.
C-.
All right. Mr. Rich has been yammering on a lot. So I'll see you later. Bye.